Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to solve a GFG problem of the day, which is fill the matrix. Okay, it is a medium level problem. Let's see what's the problem telling us. Given a matrix with dimensions n cross m entirely filled with zeros except for one position at coordinates x and y containing 1. It is telling that there is a matrix and every position is filled with zeros except one position which is filled with 1. Find the minimum number of iterations in which the whole matrix can be filled with ones. We have to find the minimum number of iterations in which we can fill whole matrix with ones. Note, in one iteration, 1 can be filled in 4 neighboring elements of the cell containing 1. So in one iteration, all the neighboring nodes can only be filled, not the whole matrix. Okay. So let's see the examples. Here are the examples. Okay, let's see it is in a fresh page. Here is the page. Okay, so let's see the examples. Here we see that the row size is 2 and the column size is 3, and the 1 is present at 2 comma 3th location in the matrix. So here we see that 1 is present here, and what is the first thing coming in our mind? We are seeing that we have to fill every neighboring elements with 1. So doesn't seem like a graph problem in which we do BFS and DFS. So we can do it with any of the techniques. So we are going to apply here BFS and see how to fill it with ones. So for this one, this and this is the neighboring. Okay, so this are going to be filled with ones. Okay, and for the second iteration we see that this are filled with 1, and for this one and this one, all the neighborings will be filled, which are this and this. Okay, and for this one, this is only the neighboring, so only this 5 ones will be filled. And in the next iteration we see here that this one was a neighboring and this one was a neighboring, and it is filled. For this one this is neighboring, for this one this is neighboring, so we are going to fill with 1. Okay, so all the elements in the matrix are filled with ones. This is the problem telling us. In the other example we see that there is only one element in the matrix and it is already filled with 1, so we would return the counter as 0. But in this matrix we did 3 iterations for this, so we would return only 3. Okay, so let's jump to the coding part and see how we are going to work. Okay. Yes. So here is the code, and what for the BFS algorithm, first we make a visited array in which we would mark everything as visited first. Vector of vector int visited and of, we are going to change this as n and m. N comma vector of int m comma 0. Okay, so we made a vector which is visited array, which is already containing zeros first, and we are going to make a queue of pair in which we would store the element, the row number and the column number, and the number of steps which it is taking to complete the iterations. Pair of pair int comma int, okay, of queue. So first of all we would simply push the elements in the queue dot push back x and y, which is the first element which is containing 1, x minus 1 comma y minus 1, one more bracket should be there, yeah, and 0 for the first iteration. Okay, and we would simply mark this visited for x minus 1 and y minus 1, which is 1. Okay, now what we are going to do here, if we see that for every neighboring, for this one, come here, for this one we have 4 neighboring, this and this. So first of all, we can check that if its neighboring are valid for this one, this cannot be this cannot be the neighboring, and this can be valid, this can be valid, but this cannot be valid. Okay, let's see it in a fresh page. Yes, okay. So if we say we have this coordinates x comma y, okay, for going upwards, only x is going to change, y is not going to change. Okay, so we would the change would be x plus, sorry, it would be minus. For going upwards, the coordinate is changed by negative. So x minus 1 comma y, okay. While going right, only y is gonna change, x is not gonna change. So it would be x comma y plus 1, okay. For going downwards, x is going to increase while y is remaining constant, x plus 1 comma y, okay. For going leftwards, x is gonna remain the same and y is gonna change with a negative sign. Okay, so this is one possible solution. So this can be done with if else, for if else, or we can simply insert this in one loop which would be running for 4 times, and it would be storing all the values alternatively for the new row and the new column. So let's code it. Yes, so we would first make a array in which we would store all the changes in the elements in del row, which is for going upwards, it was minus 1. So minus 1 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0. These are the changes for going upwards, rightwards, downwards and leftwards. And for the column part, in del column, it would be 0, 1, 0 and minus 1. Okay, for going upwards, rightwards, downwards and leftwards. You can recheck it once if you are a little confused about it. While not q dot empty, we are going to make a row in which we would get the first element, q dot front dot first, okay, and for column equals to q dot front dot first dot second. Okay, for the steps, q dot front dot second, and now we are going to initialize everything for this visited of row column equals to 1. Okay, and we would make here a counter value, count equals to 0, for the number of iterations which we are going to output here. And after this, we are going to simply run a loop for in I equals to 0, I less than n, sorry n, it should be 4 because 4 times it is changing, I plus plus. If our row is valid, we have to check here if our row is valid. So we would make a new row equals to row plus del row at I, and in new column equals to column plus del column at I. Okay, and we would check for the validity here, n row greater than equal to 0 and n column less than equal to, sorry, and column greater than equal to 0 and n row less than m and n column less than m and is not visited of I, sorry, new row and new column, and we would push these elements in the queue, q dot push, uh, we would increment the steps every time, One thing we missed here, we didn't pop the queue. We have to remove that element which we have already done traversing. And here new row, comma new column, and we would mark visited of new row and new column as one. New row, new column equals to 1, and we would add the answer here, which is count equals to steps plus 1. Okay, and we would simply return from here, uh, yes, return count. Okay, so let's compile it and see if it works. So we compile it. We are getting an error which is, oh, for queues we have push operation, not push back. The other error, empty spelling is wrong. Why I do such mistakes every time? And the so let's compile it again. For q dot field, oh, I missed a bracket here, and we have given an extra bracket here, which should be here. Okay, so let's execute it again. Yeah, it's giving a correct output. Let's submit it. So it's also got submitted. Hope you understood the explanation, and in case you did, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. Till then, keep coding, keep practicing. This was Tushar here signing off. Bye bye.